Well, I guess while I was filming my Attack on Titan Season 2 review, Disney just decided to drop all these bombs. They just tried to destroy the internet. They announced all their future projects for Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, everything. You already know how I feel about Marvel. I'm excited for them to try new things, so I don't really want to talk about that. And Pixar, I was surprised with some of their projects that are coming out, so I'm excited about that. But what I really want to talk about today is some of the Star Wars shit. But specifically, I want to talk about the Obi-Wan Kenobi series because, yes, he's back. The Sandman is back.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
It is announced that in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series that will take place 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, that Hayden Christensen is going to play Darth Vader. This is huge news. I don't think we've seen Hayden Christensen since Jumper. I'm really excited for Hayden Christensen because I feel really bad for him. Now, hand up, I'm not innocent to this. I think he got ridiculed for his performance as Anakin Skywalker. I'm not innocent to that. I thought his performance was terrible, and I was one of those people that really criticized it. But I need to point out that the Star Wars fan base is one of the most ruthless fan bases in all the fan bases. They are fucking savages. They basically ridiculed Hayden Christensen to the point where he didn't even want to be out in the public anymore. He just lives on a farm now. I feel really bad for him because I feel like he was set up for failure. I compare it to when Mitch Trubisky got drafted by the Bears. Great opportunity. You're probably super excited about it. You're obviously not going to turn that down. But he was put around the wrong people to have him succeed. I love George Lucas. I think he deserves a lot more credit than he gets, especially now with how the sequel trilogy turned out. But when it comes to the prequels, he was not a very good director or writer. So I don't think Hayden Christensen got much guidance from George Lucas on how to get the best performance out of him. And who the fuck can read that dialogue and give a good performance?
I can't breathe. I'm haunted by the kiss that you should never have given me.
I mean, Attack of the Clones has some of the worst dialogue ever written for a big blockbuster movie. It is awful. So I feel bad for Hayden Christensen in that sense. How can you deliver those lines and actually give a good performance? Also, your director is probably not asking too much of you. So I feel bad from that sense. He was basically set for failure. So I'm excited and I'm curious to see how Hayden Christensen will perform in this new series with new producers, filmmakers, writers, all of that. He might be put in the right position this time to actually give a great performance. And as much as I criticized and hated his performance in the prequels, I cannot deny that whenever I think of Anakin Skywalker, I think of Hayden Christensen. It is iconic. I know a lot of people will deny that, but it really is. He is cemented as Anakin Skywalker, so I think it's refreshing to have him back. But I am curious, if he's playing Darth Vader, does that just mean he's just going to be in the suit, and then James Earl Jones is going to do the voiceover? Because if that's the case, then what's the point of bringing him back then? I hope he's given a shot to shine in this series. I hope he's just not in the Darth Vader suit and then we don't get any lines from him. I want him to succeed. I'd love to see a good comeback from him. Also this series, Ewan McGregor's back. Fuck yeah, let's go. He's the best part about the prequels. So I'm glad he's back. And speaking of the series, I've always wanted this. I've always wanted a series about Obi-Wan in between A New Hope and Revenge of the Sith, because I feel like this is where Obi-Wan's its most vulnerable. He probably feels like all this shit is his fault. So I'm really curious. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with this. Yeah, for the Obi-Wan series, I'm excited that Hayden Christensen's getting another shot. And I'm excited Ewan McGregor's back. It's a series that I've always wanted, so I'm excited about that. Now let's talk about the other Star Wars announcements. They just announced so much shit that I honestly was a little overwhelmed. I honestly don't know what most of these projects are. I've said before, I don't know if I said in a video, but I've said this to my friends multiple times. What Disney needs to do with Star Wars is this. They need to start trying new things that is away from the Skywalker shit. I am excited for this Obi-Wan series. I think there are some stories that still need to be told in the Skywalker saga. But I feel like they need to stray away from it. Try something different with a new series that's not about TIE fighters and the Empire and X-Wings. This universe is so huge. Let's go find some new characters, some new lore, shit like that. Now, these series that they announced could be doing exactly what I just said. I honestly didn't know what half of these were. But there were some I saw, I'm like, do we really need that? They announced there's going to be a Lando series. And I'm kind of like, well, I mean, they did the Han Solo movie and that flopped and it wasn't very good. So do we really need a Lando series? We didn't even really want a Han Solo movie. It will be cool to see Childish Gambino back, though. I will say that. I'm excited for new content. I'm excited for some of these new series. I just want them to try something completely new and different. I know Taika Waititi is getting his own movie, which I'm super excited about. That's probably the thing I'm most excited about. And I hope that he goes down a route that is completely different than what we normally got. That's just my take on Star Wars right now with Disney. I want them to try something new. I get, like, you want to milk the Skywalker saga as much as possible, and I am excited for this Obi-Wan series, but let's try something new. New characters, new lore, new everything. Because this galaxy is so huge, and it just feels like Disney feels like they're confined to only this part of the story. Like, let's talk about something new. Let's tell new stories. Let's get some different shit out there, because I don't want them to milk the Skywalker saga dry, because that would really suck. So the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series, Hayden Christensen's back, a lot of Star Wars projects. Let me know what you guys think about that and which project you're most excited about. Thank you so much for watching. Click here to see more of Dave's Takes.